slide. Okay, sorry.
Good afternoon, everyone. All right, we are starting the first phase of the training today. And the person starting the first one is our guest speaker for today, who is a great preschool educator from Ontario, Canada. She has been with the preschool for years, and her name is Kelly Johnson. So she will be taking us on how to create worksheets that will be needed, rightfully needed, and fit for the students. So I would like us to listen and kindly mute as you come on board while she starts immediately. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. I hope you guys are all doing well. I have created my PowerPoint for you guys, and I hope if you guys have any questions, you guys can let me know. So let's get started. So this is going to help us with our organization. It's going to help us with making worksheets, and just with some activities that I found have worked with my students. Like I told you, I am a preschool teacher. So here is our table of contents, what we're going to be going through today. So we have just an introduction, some monthly worksheets that I do with my kiddos, organization, how you can create some of these worksheets that I have made, other worksheets that I've created, a cute little Father's Day crafts thing that I'm making, and then I have some puzzle charts, a break thing that I've done, creating bingo games and name tags, then creating your own classroom calendar, and then just some other worksheets that I've done as well, sensory buckets, yoga, and conclusions. So let's get started. So a little introduction about me and what I will be providing with you guys in this PD course. So I'm currently working as a full-time preschool teacher. I'm also in school to get my RUCE. I only have a couple months left, so I should be graduating in August, fingers crossed. So I've come up with some stuff because with COVID and stuff, it's been really stressful with working with children and whatnot. So I've come up with some systems just for organizing and for worksheets and stuff. And I found it was very helpful for me, so I'm excited to share it with you. So these are my monthly worksheets. So the one on the left says this is me in March. So every single month my students create these worksheets. How they work is you get the child to draw a picture of them within that square, and they will write their name at the bottom. We do these starting in September, and they get them right to the end of the year. This kind of shows the parents their progress throughout the year. So it shows the parents, can they print their name? And if they couldn't print it in September, can they now print it by the end of the year? Also, it shows the progress of them drawing a picture of them. So could they draw a picture of themselves at the beginning of the year? And if they couldn't, how does it look now at the end of the year? Hopefully it's showing some improvements, and hopefully your kiddos are now able to print their name by the end of the year. It shows parents how hard we actually do work throughout the year. I'm also huge on family involvement. So you'll see on the right-hand side, this is my family project for the month. I don't complete this every single month because I get parents are really busy, especially with COVID. But this is one that we did in March. This one was to make a leprechaun trap. So it's just a fun one. We used some cardboard boxes, whatever they had at home, really. And they got to make a leprechaun trap. So they got to try to catch a leprechaun. And it got us thinking.
Hold on, Kelly. Hold on, Kelly. Please all kindly mute your video. Stop your video. You are intruding into the face of the speaker, please. Deactivate all your videos, please. We need only the speaker's face on board now. Thank you.
They need what?
Go ahead, Kelly. Thank you.
So we made leprechaun traps. It got our parents involved. It got our children building. It got them thinking. I think it was really great for them. There is a book too that can go along with this leprechaun trap, and it's just called How to Catch a Leprechaun. So that was a fun activity that we did this month. So then I have posted my link for my Teachers Pay Teachers account. Everything on there is free. That's a copy of all of my worksheets. So some of the ones that I'm showing you, but then also some new ones that are on there as well. There's a little message there about my monthly one that I just explained to you from September to August, and then also about our monthly project. This is my organization system. I just started this one this year, but I am loving it so far. This is a cart that you're going to see on the left that has September up until June. I have created stuff every single month to go into that cart. So I started this in July or August. I started it. My school year is different. So every single September, I get a new class. We start a new year. So I have created all the stuff that I need throughout the year. I put it in all of these drawer systems. So when September comes, I just have to open the drawer. I grab my name worksheets. I grab my monthly worksheets. Everything that I need is in there. A couple of craft things that I need to do because I do monthly memory boxes. A couple of those crafts are ready in there and ready to use, ready to go. So it's just an easy thing for me to quickly grab, pull out, and use. And then I have it for the whole year. So it kept me organized, and it's been working so far, and I'm loving it. Then the cart that says, "Be the reason someone smiles today," is my art cart. So I created this for my students to just go over to the cart, grab whatever it is that they want to use for the day, and then they can just create their own masterpieces. It's interesting to see what the kiddos grab. It's interesting to see what the kiddos make. There's glue sticks, there's scissors, there's scratch art, there's pom-poms, there's pipe cleaners, there's bingo dabbers. There's so many things on that cart, and it's great to see what the kiddos do with them. Some have created snowmen, some have created monsters, some have just cut up the paper because they felt like using scissors that day. But it's really nice to see the things that the kiddos grab and the things that they make. I love it. On the right, this is a glance at my week. So my parents get this at the end of each week. It's kind of like a programming thing that I use. It helps me guide my week. It helps the parents see what did we learn this week? What are some things that your child did? So I broke it down into subjects. So we have library, we have art, we have math, science, music, outdoor, and special activities. And this you can edit as well. So if you don't want to do special activities or the music, you can just take that out and write whatever you'd like. So this one was on our flower theme. So we learned about the life cycle of a plant. We learned some new songs. We planted some seeds to see if we can grow some things. We went on a walk around our neighborhood. So stuff like that. And then it just tells the parents what we've done that week, what your child has learned and what they've done. So I like that. My parents really enjoy seeing what we're doing, and I just give it at the end of the week so that it's based off their interest. I can change it as needed. So this is about our organization. So organization is important when it comes to working in this field. I have some methods that keep me on track. So this gives an explanation about what I just talked about. So our monthly cart, our art cart, and then our glance of the week for our parents. So this is basically what I just talked about. It just gives an explanation just in case if you guys want it for later or if you missed the Zoom. So how do I create my own worksheet? So I created this worksheet that you're seeing on the left for my preschool students. It's for our memory box. So I started by looking through the border that goes around the edge. It's always nice to make it fun. So I found this border and I thought that I liked it. So I added it on to my Microsoft Word document. Then I expanded the border to make it fit properly. Next, you're going to need to insert your word art. So I added, "I hand you my heart" and "Happy Valentine's Day" XO at the bottom. So you can change it to whatever color you need to, make the font however big you need to, whatever it is that you want. And then I just painted my kiddos' hands, wrote their name at the bottom. And this is just a little fun keepsake that their parents can have. And I thought it was fun. So again, I just find the border first, size it, add your font, and really that's it. So super fun, super easy. And that's how I created this one. This one was a little bit harder to create, but my students have been really into the Frozen movie. So I created this one. I thought that it would be fun, and then it would help us learn our letters, help us learn our name. So how I did this one was I inserted a chart into a Microsoft Word, and I broke down that chart into squares so that I can add my letters. So I added some text boxes with the word art, and I wrote, "Can you help Olaf spell his name?" Then I went into the online images on word art, and I added Olaf's picture. I sized it to what I needed to have it at, and then I just copied and pasted it throughout the whole worksheet. And then I added all of the letters A to Z. Then I added how many letters are your name, and for them to write their name at the bottom. So how this one works is if you have the letter A, for example, in your name, you would color that whole square of the letter A, and then you would keep going until you find all of your letters, just coloring the letters that are in your name. So this was neat to see what kiddos knew their name and what kiddos didn't. And then it helped us just learn our letters, and it was fun. It was Olaf, and we love Olaf. So I really enjoyed this one, and I like to make them too. So they seem to like it. These are just some other worksheets that I've created. So the one on the left was for our Christmas time theme. You can switch up the trees and really put anything you want. So Easter's coming, Easter bunny. You can put some eggs, you can put a chick, whatever it is. And again, this is helping us with our letters. So I have the uppercase letter that you're going to see in the column on the left, and all they have to do is circle the lowercase a or the lowercase b or whatever it is. So it was just a fun way for us to work on our letters. See again who knew their letter, because I've mixed up the letters. You'll see in the first row you have the letter C, the letter A, the letter E, and the letter H. So they had to circle just the letter A. Then moving on, I love making us patterning worksheets. Patterning is great for them to work on. And then it can help us go by our interests, right? So the one in the middle I made for Halloween, and they are loving Mickey and Minnie Mouse. So I thought, why not make a Mickey patterning sheet? So I made 4 different patterns, and then on another sheet of paper, they had to cut out the missing pieces, and then they had to glue them on the correct question mark to finish the pattern. So super easy to make. Again, just find the images that you want, size them to the correct size, and put them all in. I just added little text boxes to put all of the pictures in, so it separates them for the kiddos so that they can see it's a new pattern. Last but not least, on the right-hand side, we love going for walks with my class. That's probably our favorite thing to do, is go for walks around the neighborhood. So we made it a little bit fun, and we made a neighborhood scavenger hunt. So what they had to do was find these things around the neighborhood. So I made this one so that I knew that everything would be around our neighborhood. So we have a fire station that's right around the corner that we love to go and see. So I put a fire truck so that they could find the fire truck while we were on our walk. Also finding birds, finding cars, finding trees, stuff like that. It keeps us interested while on our walk, and also it's just something fun to do, right? So neighborhood scavenger hunt, and you can make this one yourself. Just crop your images into a circle and add as many as you would like. You can bingo dab over them. You can use a marker, a crayon, anything that you like, really. I didn't use stickers because I didn't want to cover the images. I wanted the parents to see what it is that we found while on our walk. So our Father's Day gift. This is something different that I made. So I made this for daddies. I made these for grandpas, just in case if daddy's not there. So you would take a picture of your child and cut it into a circle and place it in the circle on the left-hand side of this image. Then you would paint your child's hand and put it in the heart. So this one says, "You will always be my grandpa, no matter where I go, no matter the years that pass or how big I grow. Today I take my little heart and place it on your heart, so little me and you will never be apart. Love," and then you just write their name. So something easy. You can pop it in a frame, and there's your Father's Day gift or your Grandpa's Day gift. And they can make a cute little card to go with it. So just something easy to do, and something cute. So I made that for our kiddos for Father's Day. So these are our classroom puzzle reward charts. What kiddo does not love making a puzzle? So these charts I made for my classroom. I had a child struggling with transition, so I thought this would help them. So how do they work? They earn a check mark and a puzzle piece after each transition that we do. So they get to take turns picking puzzle pieces to stick onto our puzzle, and then we put a check mark on the transition that we have completed. When the puzzle is completed, it means it's the end of the day. It's time to go home. So we start our day, we did start our day with dance. So after dance was finished, we would put a green check mark on top. These all have magnets. So it's just a magnet, it just sticks by a magnet. So the puzzle on the left-hand side is from Paw Patrol. It's Marshall and the monkey. And the puzzle on the right-hand side is Winnie the Pooh. So they would get to pick what puzzle piece they would like. So if they would like part of the monkey's face, they would pick that and stick it on top. And that means that dance time's over. We've completed that part of our day. And once the puzzle is completed, it means it's time to go home. The day's over. And I found this really helped for her to visualize how much time we had left in the day. So if we only have 3 more puzzle pieces left to earn, it means that the day is almost over. And that we have only 3 more pieces to get. So we need to work hard to get those 3 pieces. It kept us on track, and it just was another fun way for the kiddos to get through the day. Sometimes it can be hard for them. So this was helpful to my student for sure. So you can make these in whatever design you want. Find a picture that you want and then crop it into, I only did 9 pieces. So crop it into 9 pieces. You're going to fill that piece into a page on Microsoft Word. So just size it to that whole page. You're going to print it and then just laminate it as is, and you'll have a puzzle. So I laminated one in black and white and one in color. That way they can see how many colored pieces they needed to add on. So that is our classroom puzzle reward chart. These are some other charts that I did. These are more personal ones. I use these for potty training. So I did Batman because one of my kiddos were into Batman. I did it to Norton's Cup. I did Paw Patrol. I did Lion King, Baby Shark, Frozen. And these ones, every time they used the potty, they got to take one of their puzzle pieces and glue it on top of the other. Hopefully they could gain all of their puzzle pieces by the end of the day. So same thing. One of the images were in black and white, and the other image was in color. So they were trying to earn all of their colored puzzle pieces by the end of the day. And this was just for a child that I was trying to get to potty train. They did end up being potty trained. Don't know if it was a puzzle or not, but they loved earning puzzle pieces and seeing a finished puzzle by the end of the day. So these are just some of the ones I've created. Same thing, you can do this with anything. So how I did it was I found a puzzle that I liked that was 6 pieces, 9 pieces, however many pieces that you would like. And I printed just that blank puzzle online. Then I found a picture that I liked. So the Paw Patrol picture, for example, I found that one. And then I cut out my puzzle piece, traced it with a black Sharpie on top of the puzzle, and then just photocopied it. Photocopied it in black and white and photocopied it in color. You'll cut out the colored one and leave the black and white just full. So this was a fun and different way for them to go to the potty and learn how to use it. And this is about the puzzle again, just in case if you missed the thing. So it just explains how they work. So time to take a break. We know that preschool can be very overwhelming, and sometimes we just need a break. So I created this to go into my calming zone where currently we have a tent there set up, and we have some pillows that they can just sit on, take a break. There's books, there's a find it game with beads, so they can look through it. So on my board, I added our zones of regulation. How do I feel? So I have the green zone, which you should be happy when you're in the green zone. I have the blue zone where you're typically pretty sad. I have the yellow zone, you can be frustrated. And I have the red zone where you're angry. So we want them to be in the green zone, but you also want them to be able to communicate how they're feeling. So if they're not in the green zone, that is okay. But what zone are you in? And how can I get you back to the green zone? So this one is a car zones of regulation, but they also have Paw Patrol ones. They have Winnie the Pooh. They have the Inside Out movie. There's so many different options that you can use with that. I also added some yoga. My kiddos are really huge into yoga right now. So when they are calming down, they can go and do some yoga. Any of the positions really that they want. There's downward dog, there's the tree pose, anything like that. So when they're in that time to take a break, they can do some yoga as well. I also added a little poster that says calm down spot. So we set a timer, take a big deep breath, think about what happened, and then can you join us back with our kiddos? The last thing on this board is I will take 5 deep breaths. And I always tell my kiddos, take a deep breath. It gives us a minute to just breathe in, breathe out, and rejoin and try again. So the deep breaths are put on there by a magnet. So once they take a deep breath, they can move the little girl that is sitting at the bottom onto the chart after they've taken a deep breath. I want to see all 5 deep breaths on that board, and it tells me that my student should be calmer than when they got there and ready to rejoin us. So I love that one. This is our board that we have in our calling zone. So creating your own bingo games. These bingo games that are on the left, I created for my Elf on the Shelf. You played bingo with us one day, and it was really fun. So that was just a little one that I made. The one on the right, I made as well. It's also an Elf on the Shelf bingo game. So these bingo games are easy to make. So I inserted a chart into a Microsoft Word document. Then I found some images that I liked or that I wanted to use. So this one, like I said, it's Elf on the Shelf. So I found a bunch of images of the elf doing some fun things to insert. I sized them to the right size to go into the chart, and I added some numbers. You can add letters, you can add numbers, you can add shapes, you can add animals, whatever it is that you want to work on. And then you just have little calling cards. So make sure that you copy the image that you put into your bingo card onto a separate image so that you can have calling cards as well, so that you know what images you're looking for. So yeah, these were just fun games for our kiddos. We love bingo. Name tags. I love name tags. I always use name tags. I always try to switch them up. So the one that you're going to see on the left is a Paw Patrol name tag that I created. What you're going to do is I typically make them on a PowerPoint presentation. I'm sure you can make them on Microsoft. It's just easier for me to make them on PowerPoint. So you'll go onto PowerPoint. You can find the image on just the internet, on Google. You can find it on PowerPoint when you search through your images, whatever it is that you want. I chose Paw Patrol for this one, but you can use anything really. Once you find your image, size it to the size that you need. Then you're going to insert a word art with the child's name. Size that to whatever you need as well. I typically make one, then I'll duplicate the image to make a second slide to then just edit the name so that I don't have to keep remaking it. Once you have all of your students' names and all of the name tags made, you can print them. So I typically print 2 per page. You can make them as big or as little as you need. So you can print 4 per page, you can print 6, 9, whatever it is. But I print 2. I think they're the perfect size, and they work for us. So these ones are Paw Patrol. I've made Frozen. I've made dinosaurs. I've made Elf on the Shelf. You can really make whatever it is that you want. So creating a calendar, we do calendar every single day. It helps our kiddos to know what the month is, what the day is, stuff like that. So this one was a little harder to make due to the size. I took a calendar and I cropped it into sections. Once I had my 4 sections, I copied and pasted them onto bigger ones. Then I printed and glued them together, also laminate them. You're going to need to make the pieces for the calendar as well. So I made Paw Patrol ones. You can just Google the images. I sized them and printed them. Don't forget to add Velcro onto your pieces so that they fit and you can reuse them every single month. I added numbers to the Paw Patrol characters so that we would know what day of the week it was. And then I just made the months. On the left-hand side, the Paw Patrol tower, it says today is, yesterday was, and tomorrow will be. So again, I just laminated those pieces. I wrote Monday through Sunday, and we just Velcro those on as the day goes on. So this is just a calendar that I created for my kiddos. Color by number. So this is a worksheet that I created. It's Cars, the Cars movie. So all I did was find a coloring page that I liked on Google, and then I just added the numbers using clip art. So I added numbers 1 through 5, or 1 through 6, sorry, and then I just added crayons at the bottom and put the number beside, so they know the number 1 should be colored red. And again, you can make this color by number worksheet with any image. I just used the coloring page, so when you go onto Google, you can find any coloring page that you would like, and then insert the numbers onto the coloring page. Don't forget to add your crayons at the bottom so they know what color to color. Matching worksheet. So I made this matching worksheet on feelings. We were going through some big emotions as you do through preschool. So I made this worksheet. All you have to do is find an image. So the happy face at the top, I found him through just Google Doc. I added him in, and then I duplicated it so that they would know that there's 2. You have to just draw a line from the first one to the second one. It helps us know happy, sad, tired, and mad. Once we were done this worksheet, we talked about those emotions. So how do you feel when you're happy? What is something that typically makes you happy? So on and so forth. So counting 1 through 20. So this one I added just a chart to make this theme. I did the Cars movie, but I have made this one in St. Patrick's Day theme. I've done Frozen themed. You can do whatever you want. Again, it's just an image off of Google Docs. So all you do is you insert random numbers on the first worksheet, which is on the left, and then you insert the rest of the numbers on the right. So I sized the image that I needed once, and then I just duplicated it another 19 times, so we had 20 images total. I added clip art to each one to add the numbers, so 1 through 20 again, and then they have to insert the rest of the numbers. So I inserted 1, 5, 8, 11, 15, and 18, and they had to insert the rest of the numbers 1 through 20 to complete this. So this is great for working on numbers. It's great for using scissors and glue to work on those fine motor skills, because they have to cut out the rest of the numbers and piece them on. And they love this activity. So it helped us by working on our numbers 1 through 20. Sensory buckets. I don't know what kiddo does not love a sensory bucket. These are my St. Patrick's Day themes. So I have pasta in there that I just colored with food coloring. I have rice in there. I have some gardening tools, some tractors, some cups. This was for St. Patrick's Day, so we have some golden coins, some shamrocks, but you can really do this with anything. We have animals in there. We love sensory, so we also love the slimy sand. We love just sand in general, slime, Play-Doh. You can make so many things with sensory buckets. These ones were a big hit. So colored pasta is great. Colored rice is great. Really anything you want to use. And just let the kiddos have fun. So this is, again, some things that we did for our sensory buckets, just in case you can use the PowerPoint. So there's rocks, colored rice, colored pasta, diggers, animals, shovels, small cups, and then logs and sticks are in there as well. Kids yoga. My students are loving our yoga classes right now. We got them their own yoga mats, and they love following along on their mats. So this was very helpful when we need a break. Just play some calming music and follow along. So we have our superhero yoga, some calm down yoga for kids, shapes yoga, emotions, feelings, and then another calm down with some animals. There's so many different yoga things out there that you can find. And again, it's just when we're really overwhelmed, we're crazy, we need a break, we put on some calming music and we do some yoga. So I am brave, I'm strong, I'm a triangle, helps us work on the shapes, helps work on our emotions, and then just gives us something to do. This is great for the kiddos. So these are some of the yoga things that I use. There is more, like I said, but these are the ones that we use typically in my preschool classroom. So conclusion. So thank you so much for joining me. I hope that I have given you some helpful information that you guys can use in your classrooms or at home. I was so excited to share my stuff with you guys. I love being a preschool teacher. It can be hard at times and stressful, but honestly, just work with your coworkers and try to be organized, and I think it'll help you guys out. So thank you guys for joining me. Does anyone have any questions?
Thank you so much, Ken. Kelly. At this point, this is the chat room. Questions, kindly go to the chat room. Let's see the chat room. Hello, Kelly.
Hi.
All right, please, I said you should use the chat room. Okay. If I ask you to mute yourself, you might start intruding. Noise pollution will be too much. Please use the chat room while we take the questions. We only have 10 more minutes to go.
Okay.
Or you raise your hand and I will mute you. Please, let's use the chat room.
She answered all questions from the chat room.
She would answer all questions from the chat room, please. All right, we're waiting for the questions.
Please kindly mute yourself, please. Everyone, please mute yourself, please. Or else we'll take you out of the Zoom right now. Please mute yourself. All right, Kelly. So you can go ahead now. So you can go ahead and go through the chat room. Then read questions from the chat room. All right, thank you.
How do I get to the chat room from here?
All right, I'll read the questions to you.
Oh, there. Oh, I got it. Okay. So, so how can I help the learners that are not in the same learning place as others? So I try to adapt what I am doing so that everyone can join in. This can be really hard at times for everybody, but if there's a learner that's not at the same pace and you want to just try to change what you're doing, that's what I would do.
This is too noisy. This one should reach a mic. Oh my God.
So how can I help a child whose grading place is not the same as others? What I would do is start where they're ready. So I do a lot of my printing one-on-one. So when I do my printing one-on-one, it's to ensure that everyone is able to keep up with me. And that way you can make sure that you're at their level. So when you're doing it one-on-one, it gives you a better understanding of where they are. So my suggestion to you for how can I help a child whose writing pace is not the same as others is to try to do more one-on-one or doing groups of 2 and make stuff that is more catered to them. And the person that asked me.
All right, thank you very much.
Oh, you're welcome.
We have another question.
Yep.
From Disu. He said that how can I be of help to learners that does not have the zeal to learn?
So you want to make things as fun and interesting as possible. So find something that interests them. So if they're interested in a TV show, if they're interested in a certain toy like dinosaurs or cars, then you want to make your lesson plan about that item. So if it's about dinosaurs, switch up your things, add some dinosaurs to your worksheets, add some dinosaurs to whatever you're doing. It'll make them more intrigued to join in and want to have fun with you. It also just adds a little bit of fun and keeps everyone on their toes, right? So find what they're interested in.
All right, thank you very much. There's a question from Duncan. The person says that the yoga session is mostly for kids. So does it mean the session is for nursery and primary alone? Is it applicable to those in secondary colleges?
I'm sorry. What was your question again? So sorry.
All right. The question is that the section, is it for preschool and primary only, as the yoga exercises appears to suit kids more? The person wants to know if it can be extended to those in the college.
You can switch it up and make it for college. So when you look on Pinterest, they have a lot of yoga things. Those ones, they do say kids yoga on them, but you can switch it up and just get different yoga poses. That can make it for everybody. So it doesn't have to be just for preschool.
All right, thank you very much for that. We have a lot of people here that are saying thank you so much for the program. They've been enlightened. Another person says, how can you help a child who writes inverted letters? How can you help a child who writes inverted letters?
So what I do is I try to make them as many tracing worksheets as possible and get them to keep tracing. It'll help them get back into the groove of things. So just make them tracing worksheets, get them to trace, and then maybe do some hand over hand to show them.
Okay, all right. Okay, Fatima is saying thank you so much. Adeshina is saying thank you so much. Adebita is saying thank you. Caroline saying thank you. And somebody is asking how can we have the slides for the preview? I think we'll get back to you, Olusoji. We'll get back to you on that. If you registered, we'll get back to you on that. Thank you. Folu Williams is saying thank you, Kelly. That was insightful.
Thank you for joining me.
I think we just have one more minute to go. Olabisi is saying thank you so much. Justice Fulfillment is saying thank you so much.
How do you help a child?
So much. Yeah. So we have just 1 minute. I think you can just say thank you to them as you leave the. Okay, Mr. Chinedu.
Yeah. Hello, Kelly. Yeah. Thank you so much for your time, and we sincerely appreciate this training. And hopefully,
that's 7,000 something. Now designing back all those design things.
Yeah. Please mute yourself, please. Everyone, please mute yourself, please. Mute yourself, please. Mute yourself, please, everyone, please. Yeah. Kelly, so we say a big thank you to you for your time. And sincerely speaking, please, you can follow her on Instagram, and any question you ask her on Instagram, she will reply your question on Instagram. follow her on Kelly Johnston. Let me type it. Please type Instagram stuff there. Yeah, just follow her on Instagram. She'll reply your question there. If you have any question, follow her on Instagram. She'll reply you there. Kelly Johnston is the name on Instagram. Kelly Johnston. Just follow her on Instagram, and she'll reply you there. All right, thank you. So,
teachers helping others.
Kelly, do you have anything to say?
I wanted to thank everyone for joining me. I hope that you guys learned something. And yeah, my Instagram is Teachers Helping Others. So you can find me on there. I did provide a link within one of the slideshows. So.
All right. Thanks a lot. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
All right. So we are going to end the meeting right now. Thank you all. Thank you very much. Bye.
Thank you.